What's up, my YouTube peoples? How are y'all doing? Now, you'll see on your screen that I have the Xbox dashboard up, and that is because that is the dashboard for the Xbox One X. Yeah, now y'all know that I had the Xbox One S, and I loved it. It was a really good console. I loved the way it looked. It had a 4K Blu-ray player that was, I'm gonna keep it real. It was halfway decent. You know what I'm saying? It was okay, to say the least. But the gaming on it was pretty good, and it was a beautiful console cosmetically. But now Microsoft came out with the Xbox One X, and y'all know me. Y'all know I just had to get it. So what you see in front of you is the Xbox One X dashboard. And so this is going to be a review, my own personal review and opinions of the Xbox One X. All right. Now, when Microsoft first announced the Xbox One X, there was a lot of excitement. Because gamers wanted a more powerful console than what was in the market currently. And people could say that power doesn't matter, but power has always mattered, especially to gamers. You know what I'm saying? And so, with the sales of this console alone, proves that power does matter. Oh, let me. Okay. So, in the UK, the Xbox One X has already sold over 80,000 units. So, that is quite impressive for a gaming console, especially one that costs $500 to sell that much. When I bought mine, had to get mine at Target because I went to Best Buy. I'm in New York City, so I went to Best Buy and it was sold out. Toys R Us sold out. GameStop sold out. So the only place I found it was at Target, and even then, when I arrived, there was only 3 units left. So I was lucky to get one. So let me tell you, this console truly is the world's first 4K native console. I mean, the PC elitists will say, well, we've been doing 4K for quite some time. Yeah, okay. But in order to do that, you'd have to get either a 1080 or a 1080 Ti or even a 1070. But even then, 1070 give you okay 4K. To really accomplish true 4K at native 60 frames per second, you would have to get a 1080 or 1080 Ti. And then even then, still, all games are not going to play at 60 frames per second. I don't care what anybody tells me. The PC elitists, whatever. No. It's not going to do 4K 60 frames for every game. Not happening. Okay? So, what Microsoft has accomplished here is truly amazing. Let me tell you, it really is amazing. Because, again, just like the PC, not every game, I'm going to keep it real, not every game is going to play at 60 frames per second in 4K. But when the games that do play at 60 frames in 4K, it is buttery smooth. Like, it's not even funny. Okay? And the games that play in somewhat 60 frames, get like a locked 30 frames. The thing is that it's smooth. It's a smooth 30 frames for those games that does play on 4K 30 frames per second. It is butter smooth. Like, there is no stuttering, there's no jagging, there's nothing. And the visuals is incredible. Like, it's phenomenal. I am totally blown away by this console. I mean, yes, this thing is the best console in the market right now. It blows away the PS4 Pro. Because what happened was, when Sony came out with the PS4 Pro, we were all excited as gamers, right? We have a potential 4K console here. And what ended up happening was that Sony failed to deliver. The PS4 Pro does not play native 4K games. It checkerboards the games to 4K, which is not the same thing as native. And from what a lot of people have experienced, and myself included, the PS4 Pro it lacks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really far too different from the base PS4 model. You know what I'm saying? So again, what Microsoft has accomplished here is nothing short but phenomenal. And not only that, they also include a 4K Blu-ray player in this console, just like they did with the Xbox One S. And let me tell you, the 4K Blu-ray player on this thing is phenomenal. I mean, when the console first released, again, I'm going to keep it 100. When the console first released, the 4K Blu-ray player was not up to par. It was, the 4Ks was playing kind of like a washed out image. But Microsoft just recently came out with the fall update for the Xbox One X, in which they fixed that issue. And so now the 4K Blu-ray player on the Xbox One X is incredible. I mean, it looks the way it's supposed to. The HDR is no joke on this thing. I mean, the blacks are deep black. The colors are vibrant. I mean, it is freaking gorgeous, this 4K Blu-ray player. They have definitely fixed the issue. So I would say if you're looking to get a 4K console and you got a 4K TV, by far this is the console to get. I mean, this thing is phenomenal. You have games almost on a daily basis that's taking advantage of this console. Microsoft has an Xbox enhanced list of games in which they add almost a new game almost on a daily basis. And so, it's phenomenal what Microsoft is doing here. They're taking some of the games that you may already own and adding either 4K textures or making a significant, amount of improvement to that game to take advantage of this console. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to demonstrate a few games that play in native 4K 60 frames per second. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video every now and then to display a new game, and then I'm also going to show you a 4K Blu-ray movie so you can see the 4K Blu-ray player in action on this thing. So 1 second. Okay, so this game is Forza 7 Motorsport. This is the demo. I don't have the full game, but here's the demo, and the demo is in 4K 60 frames per second. Let this play. Alright, so here we are, Forza Motorsport 7. And, I'm videotaping this on my phone, so it really doesn't do justice of how this thing really looks, but trust me, this thing is phenomenal. We're gonna go to a race. Alright. Hold on guys, let me pause the video so I can go right to the race. Looks like this video is going to have to be a two-parter or a multi-parter because I only got 10 minutes on this thing, on a video, so yeah, this thing may have to go into part 2, so for now I just play it. Okay, here we go guys. 4K 60 frames per second. Look at how gorgeous this thing is. This thing is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Kick here. Absolutely insane. There you go. The Xbox One X, 60 frames per second.